Thank you guys so much for joining me here. Most of you are on here because you have either asked me about coaching or you have been intrigued by it, by someone on our team. So I'm really excited to share with you a little bit about my story and to share with you a little bit about what it is coaching is all about and what it entails. So let me just dive right in. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Susie Shank. I live in Northern Virginia and I've been a coach for about 4 years now. When I first started coaching, I was totally against at-home fitness. I was a gym rat. Working out at home was not for me. I actually totally didn't even believe in it. And at the time, I was working out with a trainer. I was doing 2 days, and I had a great, clean eating system down, or so I thought. And so my best friend Kristen was like, "Hey, you should really give this 21 Day Fix thing a shot." And I was like, "No, I'm good." And she's like, "Well, I know you're on this plateau, so why not just give it a shot? What do you have to lose? Literally, what do you have to lose?" I was like, "Okay, you're right." So I did it, and in 21 days, I lost 10 pounds and 10 inches, and I was like, okay, I'm in, I'm sold. I was like, this is awesome. This at-home fitness thing is actually pretty amazing because I was following a program, I was following a nutrition plan paired with the program, and I was having immediate success because I was making the right choices for my body. And so when the time came, Kristen was like, "Hey, you're doing all the things a coach does. Would you be interested in coaching?" I was like, "No, I'm not interested." And I probably said no a handful of times, and months went by. And after I continued to have great success with these programs, Kristen asked me an additional time and was like, "Seriously, why don't you just give it a shot, share your results, start talking to people. People were already asking me about it." And she was like, "Why would you not coach?" So I decided to dive right in and give it a shot. I shared my first progress photo in December, and immediately people came out of the woodwork. People were asking me what I was doing. They were interested about the new meal plan, and they just wanted to join me, and they saw my success and they were like, "Sign me up. What is the Kool-Aid you're drinking? I want more information." Excuse me. So I dove right in, so to speak. And I'm a teacher full-time here in Fairfax County. So I've always had a side hustle. I've always had something part-time because as a teacher, it's not like we're making six figures or anything. So I'm not doing it because of the money. Obviously, as a teacher, I love my job. I love teaching. It's a huge passion of mine. I don't ever plan on retiring. I say that now, knock on wood. But when coaching was presented to me, I was like, okay, if I can get my products paid for, if I can pay for my membership and all that stuff, that's awesome. But then I started to help more and more people, and it started to provide more financial freedom for my husband and I. So I started paying for my mortgage, I started paying for the bills, all of these extra added things, and I was able to quit my other part-time jobs because as a teacher, we all know you're always doing something to make ends meet because we don't make that much money. And I was able to work from home, which is great because obviously I can't wait tables for 5 hours on my feet from home. So I could now take my other side jobs and I could quit them so I could work from home and do this coaching gig part-time. Now I say part-time because I'm obviously a full-time art teacher and I'm doing part-time as a coach. Now there are many full-time coaches on this team. There are many discount coaches on the team that are just in it for the discount. It's totally up to you. We have coaches from all different types on our team, and whatever kind of coach you want to sign up as or whatever kind of coach you decide to be, we are totally for supporting you in any way you want. So that's one of the beauties of this business is the community and the women and the support. And it's absolutely incredible. And the men, because we do have guys on our team. So whatever works for you works for us. And we just want to support you along the way. So being a teacher, obviously the last thing I want to do when I get home is work. You're exhausted, you're stressed out, it's a long day, and the last thing you want to do is work. And so one of the biggest things for me, and one of my biggest concerns when I signed up as a coach, was time. I was like, how am I going to add something else to my plate? I've already got all these extra things. How am I going to add one more thing? And honestly, that is the beauty of this business. I have a crazy schedule. Being my own boss, I call the shots. I show up when it works for me. I work my own business hours, and what my business hours look like may not be what your business hours look like. And that's totally fine. Again, perks of being your own boss. So being a teacher, I work out in the morning before school because that just wakes me up and gets me going for school. And then I check in with my challengers, check in with my team before school starts. When I'm at school, I am devoted to my students. I sometimes check in during lunch, but it really depends on what the day looks like. Today was pretty crazy. Tomorrow's the same. So chances are it's not going to happen just because I know my schedule at school. And then on my way home, I listen to personal development in the car during my commute. And then I spend at least an hour in the evening working my business, because my goal is obviously to help other people. I want to help my friends and family and everybody else out there feel as confident as I do in my own skin. And I want to help people reach their fitness goals. And so devoting a little bit more time each day is what works for me. Now, that's not a requirement. That's another beauty of this business, is there is no minimum requirement. If you want to just be something like a glamour coach or a hobby coach and just share your journey and help a person here or help a person there, that's totally fine. You literally can sign up as a discount coach just for the discount to receive 25% off all products, or you can sign up to work a little bit more here and there if you decide. So totally your call. And again, with the time, there are some coaches on our team that are full-time stay-at-home moms, and they are doing the mom life full-time. So that's a full job in itself. And then they might have a couple more hours to work at home if it works for them, or maybe they're just working 20 minutes a day or an hour a day or 3 hours a day, whatever. It's your business. So obviously everything you put in is what you're going to get out. If you want to run and, hit the ground running and start the training when you become a coach, then we will run with you. If you want to jog and go a little bit slower, we will jog with you. And if you want to walk and just take your sweet time, we will be there with you along the way. One of the best things about this business is our team has an incredible training, so that when you do sign up and you decide to work the business, you literally are guided the entire way, your first 30 days to get started for success, and then so on and so forth. And obviously every coach that I sign on to our team, I want to help them have just as much success as I do. So we just make sure that everybody kind of gets started right, so that they know what to do and how to kind of build their own brand and how to get their business started and how to build a team and start to help others and start to talking to other people and having those conversations. So in addition to that, there are a lot of trainings. Not only does Beachbody offer a lot of trainings, but there's so much out there on YouTube. And our team has an incredible training that, it helps you set up your profile, set up your social media, kind of understand the back office, start to understand how to talk to people, because there's something called the vital behaviors, which I won't go into right now because that's a whole other thing. Those are the basics of the day. And it's basically being the product of the product, doing personal development, recognizing other people in your life, and inviting. I was like, what is it? Inviting people to our network and to joining our team and to helping them get started on their fitness journey. And that's a really important. So those are the 4 vitals. And if you're hitting the 4 vitals every single day, showing up in your business and doing those 4 things, there's no doubt in my mind that you'll be able to pay for your products, and then you'll be able to help other people, pay for your bills, whatever it is. And obviously everybody signs up to be a coach for a different reason, whether they need that financial freedom to pay off their own debt, or if they want to bring their husband home and they can both be full-time stay-at-home parents, which is absolutely amazing. I have a friend who just did that, and it's just so amazing to watch her be able to do that. And then I have another friend who is a part-time coach. She does HR and she has 3 kids, and she is working part-time right now as a coach, and she's been a coach for about 4 years, and she's making 6 figures. And it's like you literally, and I'm obviously nowhere near that, but you literally can put whatever you want into this business, and you can be as successful as you want. You just have to show up and put in the work, and it's totally possible. So in addition to those trainings, one of those things that really stuck out to me when I started coaching was social media. I literally had deleted my Facebook. I didn't even have an Instagram when I started coaching. And Kristen was like, well, let's reactivate your Facebook so you can share your story and people know what you're doing. And I was like, let's not. And she was like, well, then how are you going to share? How are you going to tell people what you're doing? And so I reactivated my Facebook. I started sharing my story. And one of my biggest things was I wanted to share naturally and organically, and I didn't want to share in a way that was like salesy, because I'm not signing up in this business to make sales, and I'm not signing up to just make transactions. I'm signing up for this business to build relationships and help other men and women feel confident in their skin, helping them begin their fitness journey, helping them to help others begin their fitness journey, because that's super important to me. So I got my social media started. I had no idea what I was doing. It was a huge trial and error, and now I feel like I've got a pretty good good swing of things. And, you know, that's part of our training and getting you started in your social media, getting you started right, because obviously I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, but my team helps me, and I'm going to help you when you get off the ground running. So I'm looking at my notes here. There's so many amazing things about coaching, from the trainings to helping other people, the community with our accountability group. Some of you are already in our challenge group where we show up every day, we share our sweaty selfies, we provide amazing meal plans, we share recipes, we just support and encourage one another to show up every single day and just have amazing success in their own journey. And that's one of my favorite things about this business, is that community and the accountability within the our groups that we run each month, which is amazing. And of course, learning how to lead those groups was also something that I learned how to do. But if you want to be just a hobby coach and you don't want to run the groups, then you don't have to. And we can talk about that when you decide to make the next step. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. And one of my favorite things about coaching is obviously being recognized for amazing accomplishments and for hitting goals and, you know, doing all of the hard things and getting rewarded for it. And so Beachbody is amazing at recognizing their coaches for doing all the things. And I actually just got back from Los Angeles for an exclusive event, and there were there's 1% of the company there, and it was all the top coaches in the company, and I got invited. I got to stay in a 5-star hotel for free because I earned it. You know, and it's all those little things. Like, I love teaching, but we don't get recognized like that. You know, we don't get invited on these amazing trips. We're going to the Bahamas at the end of March, and this will be my 3rd trip. Last year was Mexico. Unfortunately, we didn't end up going. And then the year before that was Punta Cana. And then next year we're going to Punta Cana again. So it's like we get all of these amazing trips for helping other people. Like, how awesome is that? Like, wouldn't you love to be able to travel a little bit more because your side hustle allows you to do so? Like, talk about amazing. So that's one of my favorite things. Obviously, accountability. You know, as a coach, I've got all of these clients and challengers who are showing up every single day, and I'm right there in the trenches with them, helping them. We're all sweating through it together, like struggling. If I have to modify, I have to modify. Like, not a big deal. But they see me putting in the work just like they are, because we're doing this together. Like, I'm not just, you know, we're all doing this together. We're all on a fitness journey. So one of my favorite things about being a coach is that accountability is, as a coach, I'm being held accountable through my challengers and clients because they're showing up every single day. So I better be showing up every single day because I want them to have just as much success as me, and we're all going to show up. We're all going to be in the trenches, and we're all going to get results because we are doing the work and putting in the effort. So that's definitely awesome. And of course, the financial freedom is a huge one for me. You know, my husband and I were able to buy a dream house of ours last year because of this coaching business. Now, of course, you know, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any income, but you can make that choice and you can decide what kind of coach you want to be, and you can decide, am I going to show up a little bit and get my products paid for? Or am I going to show up and am I going to run and I'm going to hit the ground running and do all the training and do all the things? And am I going to be a top coach because that's my goal? You know, you get to decide. Again, the beauty of being your own boss. So I'm really excited for you guys in your next step. Again, most of you are challengers, and if you are a challenger, it's super easy to get started. You literally just have to sign up, and you can get the sign up fee waived, and I can help you guys get started with that. And, you know, if you have any additional questions, anything that you're worried about when it comes to coaching, when it comes to taking this next step, just ask me or your coach. Just ask us, because we are an open book, and we obviously are loving this business, and we want you to love it. And we also want you to have the same opportunity within this side hustle as we do. So what do you have to lose? Literally nothing. You can just get a discount on your products, and worst comes to worst, you just get the discount, or you decide to hit the ground running and you have our full support to make this business whatever you want. So thank you guys so much. I'm super excited to talk to you more about joining our team and the next step. So I hope everybody has a great night. Bye.